Week 3 in UBL, you guys, and we're pretty much going up against the crown jewel in the UBL arena in VEPSIS. And it's not your traditional VEPSIS team. He's decided to do something different. So let's show him how to actually do what he was wanting to do. Hey guys, what's up? IrishEmerald here, and welcome to our week 3 battle in the UBL. And as I said, intro up against VEPSIS, coach of the Helsinki Hydreigons. VEPSIS is so well known for playing this very bulky, balanced style that I don't like saying he's defensive, because he actually generally is very clever with how he uses his Pokemon. But he uses this very balanced style where he can generally just sponge a lot of hits and he wears down your opponent. But this season he's gone for a more offensive style. And it's very, very scary. I won't lie. It's a team I would love, right? So you can tell how offensive it is. Seems that I would love to use it. But hopefully we can figure out how to deal with it, because it is very, very spooky. His team, as you can see from here now, consists of Tapu Koko, Victini, Hydreigon, Lando Eye, Metagross, Roserade, Frostlass, Cloudster, Barbacle, Greedent, and Throw. Now, I do absolutely love this team. This team is nutty for me. I've already been dealing with Koko, Victini, and Hydreigon over in FIPA. I think that battle literally just went out today before this battle goes out. So you guys know that that's a nightmare scenario. And as I said in that video, the only way we can deal with a team this offensive is if we bring the offense ourselves. Me, as a defensive player, we will just lose this matchup. Straight up, I cannot deal with all the threats. So I'm bringing hyper offense as well. The other threats we have to look out for, he's got Lando Eye. That Eye, for me, is one of the most underappreciated Pokemon in Draft League as Landorus Incarnate. I think if you're looking for that Pokemon that's just not quite high tier but not middle tier, it's just something in between, that is very, very good. Lando Eye for me is very good. Now that's Sandforce Lando Eye we're dealing with here. I just want to make that clear. He's got Frostlass for the spikes. We know how good Frostlass is. He's got Barbacle for the Shell Smash. That's a threat. He's got an awful lot of really, really good stuff. I think we can beat him. I think it's going to be a fast game as well. We're just going to go in, click buttons, and we'll see how we get on. And with that being said, let me show you my team. First up, I'm in Big Star Lando T, holding the Yacht Berry this week. Saurus Dance, Rock Polish, Earth Break, and Brick Break is the move set. EV wise, I'm bringing enough speed to outrun the I think it's max speed Metagross, if I remember. Oh no, sorry, it's max speed Roserade, if I remember correctly, something along those lines. So I'm bringing enough speed for that, and for us to be at, and when we're at +2, maybe it's not Roserade actually. No, sorry, this is it. When we're at +2 speed, we outrun Koko. We outrun Choice Scout Koko. That's the reason. That's the one. There we go. Thank you. Brains working now. Fantastic. And the rest of that is pretty self-explanatory with the EVs. EQ, main stab move, Break Break. It gives us a chance to one-hit KO Hydreigon when we get to +2. That's basically it. Now, what we really have to watch out for with this set for it to clean is basically just the... we got to watch out for how we're going to deal with his air balloons. So VEPSIS the previous 2 weeks has been bringing an awful lot of air balloons because he knows his offense is very, very weak, or his team is very ground weak, and he's been bringing an awful lot of that. So until we can put ourselves in a position where we can spam EQ, we're going to have to be very, very careful. So this is more so going to be kind of late game when I've sussed my opponent out, or at least get to the point where we have enough hazards on the field where I can be okay with the Brick Break cleaning. So we'll have to see how it goes. Hopefully Lando T will be fine and it'll do the work. Speaking of hazards, we're in Puffers our Quillfish this week. Focus Sash, Spikes, Toxic Spikes, Scald, and Taunt is the moveset. Really fast, lightning quick. I'm bringing enough speed to outspeed the Metagross. And this is the suicide lead. I'm bringing it, set up the hazards, and that's it. The idea here is if we lead and he leads with Lando, honestly, I might just Scald. Just because he'll probably have Taunt Lando. I just want to Scald it and get rid of Lando. Because if I can get rid of Lando, his Lando, my Lando sweeps. So that's one big blocker for my Lando. So if I can get rid of his Lando, brilliant. So we got to watch out for that. And if he leads with the Roserade, I pivot. And the reason why I pivot on the Roserade is because if he goes to extra sensory and knocks out my Quillfish, it's a free T-Spike for him. And I'm not about that. I don't want him to get a free T-Spike and just wear me down the whole game. I would much rather preserve the Quillfish, bring it back in later on, absorb the Toxic Spikes, and all that kind of good stuff. So if he leaves with Roserade, we pivot out into my Scrafty, which we'll show you in a sec, and we can spam knockoffs and such from there. Next up, I bring Charred out Rotom Heat, rocking out Full Switch, Overheat, Pain Split, and Foul Play. Max Fizz Death. This is for Victini. Pretty dumb, simple. It's for Victini. We come in, we Full Switch, we click Overheat, Pain Split to get our Recovery, Foul Play to be able to smack the Victini as hard as we possibly can. This is very, very simple. It also helps us deal with the Coco very, very nicely as well with our typing, so we don't have to worry about having to do too much investment to SpDef to deal with a mixed or special Coco. So I'm very, very happy with Rotom Heat. It's very, very simple. No need to dive too much into it. Next up, we're bringing Tapu Lele, Freya or Tapu Lele, holding the Static Berry this week. Calm Mind, Moonblast, Psychic, and Shadow Ball. Very similar set to what I brought with Keldeo over in FIFA. I figured this could work, right? I'm bringing enough speed to outrun the Roserade, and for me, you look at his team. I get a Static Berry. If he's not Choice Scarf Hydreigon, I can smack him. I just go Calm Mind. I on a Lando Eye from a Sludge Wave. Static Berry pops. I'm at +1. Moonblast, Psychic, Shadow Ball. I can run over his whole team. His whole team cannot deal with that, with those 3 moves. And I'm hopeful that we can get Freya in to do that work. If I can get Freya in mid-game, for me, that's going to be the ideal opportunity. If he brings a Choice Scarf Victini, we could probably hopefully wear it down with the hazards. If not, I could beat it with Shadow Ball. That's basically the idea here. It's just trying to get Lily in early to kind of set up and break, because that way Lando T can do it later on in the game. As I mentioned before, I'm bringing Scrafty again this week, and I'm doing it once more. It's very similar to last week. I'm just bringing all the SpDef bulk. It's mainly there for us to deal with Hydreigon a little bit better. Knock off Ice Punch, Drain Punch, and Poison Jab is the moveset. It's pretty self-explanatory. Knock off is just to help get rid of his items. I want to be clicking buttons with Scrafty as often as I possibly can to break as many balloons as I possibly can. Ice Punch is for the Lando Eye, Drain Punch, Recovery, and Stab. Poison Jab then for the Coco and such. I didn't need another move. I just said you would put Poison Jab down because it helps me maybe potentially snag a Coco, and that's basically it. And lastly, I'm bringing Propeller at Barraskewda, holding a Choice Band, Liquidation, Close Combat, Crunch, and Aqua Jet. Yeah, he's got nothing. He's got nothing for this thing. You look at his whole team, and those 4 moves we have, he's got nothing for them. I literally can come in with Barraskewda every single time and click a move. I've gone with Aqua Jet over the flip turn. I know you might be asking, are you sure? Literally got the terrain with the Psychic Terrain. Are you sure? I think so. I think later on in the game, if Victini becomes a problem, Orlando Eye becomes a problem, or a Rock Polish set, I want to be able to check that with Aqua Jet and just shut that thing down. I think the Liquidation would be huge for us. Like, he's got nothing that could take a 2-hit KO from a Barraskewda with a Liquidation. So we just kind of come in and click buttons, and we should be fine. And I'm hopeful that will work. But yeah, that's the team, you guys. So let's get up into the battle. Alright, guys, here we are in the battle. As you see, VEPSIS has brought Metagross. That's alright. He's brought Tapu Koko. He didn't bring Lando Eye. Okay. Brought Tapu Koko, brought Roserade. I'm happy that he didn't bring the Lando Eye. He's brought Hydreigon. That's huge for us. He's brought Klotzer. And he's brought Victini. Now, obviously there's a huge amount of threats here. I am leading with my Quillfish all day, every day here. And as I was saying at the start of the video, if he leads with the Rose Wave, we pivot into our Scrafty. If he doesn't, we're just setting up the spikes and spikes and talk to spikes. But spikes definitely more so important because he's brought the Roserade, and we'll see how he goes. No Lando Eye means that if I could just remove items here or ensure that he doesn't have air balloons on everything, like our Lando Eye could literally come in, set up on anything with Rock Polish and Swords Dance, and proceed to body things, which is great. Particularly after V-Crate from a Victini. If his Victini is V-Crate, we can just then go and set up a Swords Dance or Rock Polish. So that is going to be the opportunity for us to be able to set up with our Lando T. Go look out from VEPSIS. That will be the opportunity for us to set up with our Lando T. Anything else, we'll have to play it by ear and see how we can get along with it. I mean, realise that it's maybe Choice Scarf Coco or something like that. We'll see how it goes. He likes to just lead with the Hydreigon here. Now, he may want to taunt. He may very well want to taunt here. With that, actually, I know what's going on here. Perfect. That might be a little bit easier on my ears. But he may want to taunt here. And if that is the case, then do I allow him to go bait me into that taunt, or does he just go and new turn? I think he taunts because he knows I just want to set up hazards. If he wants to do that, then I think we're just going to our Scrafty, and I can proceed to just click knock off on something. I think we'll do that. I think he goes taunt. I want to see if he has it or not. I can bring in Quillfish at any time here. I know obviously it's suicide lead, but it is what it is. He's reflect. That's okay. I'm okay with that. I am going to go for a nice and simple knockoff here. If he's got that, that's fine. I'm just going to go for a nice and simple knockoff. Quillfish at any point can come in here and just set up the hazards. So I'm not too concerned. I'm just going to go for the knockoff. If it is reflect light screen, I get rid of an item. If he brings in, I think he stays in here. I think he stays in with this thing. But I'm not too concerned if he's reflect. He's probably got light screen. He's probably got Draco. He's probably got something else. Well, it's not the end of the world. I think he does go for the light screen. He goes U-turn. Okay. So something is going to be losing an item. I'm happy enough with that. I'm happy enough for anything losing an item here. Whether it be Coco or something like that. If it's boots, I'm like, yeah, that's fine. Just get rid of it. I think he brings in Klotzer. I think Klotzer is probably his best bet. Oh, Coco. Because I think Coco he might be feeling more comfortable with. I'm okay if we just go knock off on the Coco and just get rid of that item. If I'm being honest, I'm more than happy with doing that. I don't Coco. I think if he goes into Coco, he might just want to U-turn out, because I have Rotom Heat as like a simple switch in there. So he might just read that. But I'm just gonna go and click knock off, and we'll see how we get along. I was fully expecting the taunt. This has been a bit sketchy, the internet today. Alright, we actually do see switching, and it is Klotzer. Klotzer is going to eat this knockoff, which is fine. Rocky Helmet. Okay. Cool. Right. As the server is like horrendous. It is actually horrendous. I don't know what's going on. Right. Let's see. What do we want to do here? He might want to go for an Aura Sphere. Or a Water Pulse. I wouldn't mind bringing my Quillfish here. Now, he may want to flip turn either. Right. But I think he may want to get damage. I think bringing Quillfish here, not the end of the world. Now, I'm not too sketchy about the damage he's received. Because he did have a reflect up. I think we go into the Quillfish. I should be able to get, regardless of what happens, I should be able to get like something off. And we go from there. I think we'll be changing the server after this turn, you guys, because it is actually killing us. So we'll see how this turn goes, and then we'll do a quick cut and come back. Right, we see we're going to make the switch. Finally, it came through. I was waiting there for over a minute there on that guy, so at least we get the Intimidate off. We'll see what this Klotzer wants to do. Does actually go for U-turn. That's okay. That's okay. I think you bring Coco here. The fact that the communication's been a little bit wonky has definitely thrown me off a little bit. I definitely have to reset when we come back. Now, we'll definitely get to this turn. Now, this hasn't gone the way I wanted it to so far. I was overreading on the taunt on Hydreigon, but at least I got the helmet off on Klotzer. And at least if Coco comes in, I can suss out what that is. But we're not in the worst of positions. I can still pretty much Oko his whole team with my Lando, so it's all about just finding that right moment to set up with it. And I'm thinking if we can find a little bit more out with the Hydreigon, that'd be great. So happy we brought Brick Break now, because even though he's got screens, my Brick Break could break through that. So I could just go Brick Break first, and his screens are shattered. So we'll see how that goes. Alright, in comes the Victini. And we don't see an air balloon on that. Right, I'm just going to leave it here. We're going to switch up the server. That way, everything will just get a little bit... Oh my god, and why does that take so long to come up? But that way, the battle will go a little bit faster, and we can see what we're doing. I have no idea what I'm going to do here anyways. But we're just gonna get out of here and see what's going on. Alright, you guys, we are back. We're looking much better now with the server. I think I go... I think I go to... What I'm thinking here is, I think I just go... Bull Strike can't kill me. No, Suicide Lead, screw it. I want my spike. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get my spike and we're gonna go from there. That's all I'm gonna do. He goes for his sub. Alright. His sub. I'm gonna just grab all. I'm gonna grab all of this. I'm gonna grab all of this. And I think I'm gonna grab another spike. I'm gonna grab another spike. I could taunt. I'm just gonna grab another spike and see what this Victina wants to do to me. If he goes to the T-Bolt, so be it. If he goes to the Zen Headbutt. That should kill me. Please do not flinch me. Thank you. I'll take that. No problem. I got my 2 layers of spikes off now. That is fantastic. I could be greedy. No, I think we just go for a 3rd layer and let him kill me. Give him my 3 layers of spikes. No problem. As he goes for another Zen Headbutt. I'm happy. I am quite happy with that. Won't lie. Very, very happy with that. That works out beautifully for me. I think we could bring in my Rotom Heat here. I can then just full switch around, break through that sub, bring in Doug, let Doug click the knockoff, or let the Barraskewda come in, click liquidation, and so actually that is the play, isn't it? So I'm just gonna Volt Switch right here, and we should be able to break through the sub. Volt Switch should be able to do enough. We should see a Zen Headbutt or Toxic, okay. And you obviously have to have VEPSIS down on top of that, which is not too shabby. Not too shabby, but I got my 2 layers of spikes off. I'm way happy with that. This should break. It did not break. Are you kidding me? Alright, that's a great brain, has to be said. That's a great brain, but I definitely do not want to lose out on... Oh, I think we bring in Doug. I have to bring back in my Rotom Heat again. I think that's what we got to do, unfortunately. I think we bring in Doug, which is unfortunate, and I'm going to pivot back out into my Rotom Heat because I do not want Doug to get toxic, because that would be very unfortunate. I'm just going to pivot back out into my Rotom. If he reads that, that's fine. If he brings in like Clothster or something, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that because I know I should outspeed the Clothster. But yeah, he's going to stay in. If he goes for toxic, great. If he doesn't, it's fine. It's not the end of the world. Let's see what he goes for. VEPSIS. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah, he brought bulk. He brought bulk. That's fine. That is fine. That's perfectly fine. Now, the issue here is that he may elect to go for a slow sub. He may elect to go for a slow sub. So part of me is thinking, do I foul play here? I think we do kind of foul play here. And see what happens, because I think he may want to elect to go for a slower sub. Yeah. I'm going to see what happens. There's sub fades. And I'm expecting him to go for... He actually went for the Zen Headbutt that time. That's okay. That's alright. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. I will go for my Volt Switch here. Now, why I'm going to go for my Volt Switch here is because I will get the Intimidate off on the Victini. It'll be -2. He will not be able to touch my Scrafty then. And no matter if he goes behind the sub or not, I'll be able to just spam the knockoff and such. But the fact that he didn't go for the slow sub, I'm okay with that. I know obviously my Rotom is a little more weaker, but I do have Pain Spit on it. He has elected to switch. He's going to bring out the Hydreigon, which I'm all for. That's no problem. That's no problem. This gives me Lele. This gives me a beautiful, 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 beautiful Tapu Lele, and I'm all about that beautiful life. Let me bring in my Tapu Lele right here. That's worked out wonderful. Now, what do I want to do with my Tapu Lele? I think I want to just set up a Calm Mind here. I want to set up a Calm Mind, and I want to see what he wants to do. He might want to just defog here, and I would rather he didn't go for the defog. But do I want him to defog? Or do I could go hard Moonblast here. I know he's not Choice Scarf. I could go hard Moonblast. And that would be pretty nice. Who doesn't eat the Moonblast? I think it's Roserade. I think we go hard Moonblast. Oh, no, I'm going to go Calm Mind. I'm going to be aggressive. I'm going to go Calm Mind. I want to be uber aggressive here. Yeah, he withdraws. Give me that Calm Mind. Who do you bring in? Colossus. That is the Metagross. That's fine. Tapu Lele. I go for my Calm Mind. He's brought in the Metagross. He has to go for a... He has to kind of go for a, like... He has to go for the Meteor Mash here, right? Now, my Shadow Ball at +1. If he's AV, fair play to him. But my Shadow Ball has a chance... should kill because of that spikes. So I'm going to go for it. If he's AV, fine. But I'm going to go for the Shadow Ball. Please bop him. He's got the AV. That's fine. Iron Head. That should kill. That's fine. So he's at AV. That's cool. Perfect. Perfect, 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 perfect. I can do a lot of things here. One thing I wouldn't mind doing is bring in my Barracuda. Now, one thing I have to be wary of is that he makes it have to reflect up on his side of the field. So let's have a think here. If he's going to go for reflect, liquidation is not the play just yet. We have to go into my Scrafty. Yeah, we have to go into Scrafty. That's fine. That's okay. That's okay. I don't want to bring in the Lando T. Lando T is just not ideal for setting up at this situation. Not ideal just yet. Because he still has his reflect up. If I'm pretty sure he does. He didn't. I should have gone into my... Ooh, shoulda. But it's not the end of the world. I can go for the knockoff here. Who does bring in? The Klotzer. I could go Drain Punch either. I'm feeling the Drain Punch if I'm being honest. So I am going to go for the Drain Punch because I think he might sack the Klotzer. He goes for Iron Head. Come on. Thank you. Okay, so you're going to give me this, it looks like. I think we'll just go for that again. Keep Doug as healthy as we possibly can. As he looks like he is just going to give me this. And we're going to get the Drain Punch. So you're going to go down. Scrafty. Victini managed to get Quillfish. And Metagross managed to get Lele. Actually, hold on. You did not go down there. Oh my days. Oh my days. Right, okay. Fine. Fine. That was idiocy. Idiocy. That's okay. What have I done? I've just thrown the game there. I have just thrown the game there because I just assumed we were going to eat that. Fine. I'll go for the liquidation. Okay. So it's Barrack that gets you. That's fine. Roserade's still there. Klotzer's still there. Hydreigon's still there. Victini, Coco. He brings in the Klotzer here. Klotzer's going to take a bit of damage. Now, Klotzer, let's just say you're 252 HP, right? How much does my liquidation do to you? With no reflect up, 32%. You're going to kill me with your... You can kill me with any combination of moves here, right? Any combination of moves. So I think... Whereas my Lando could probably... What can my Lando do here? Yeah, I think we have to bring in... To be fair, CC on the rest of this team is not bad, right? If I CC with the rest of this team, it's not the end of the world. I'm going to bring in my Rotom. I'm just trying to figure out where do we set up here. There's the Oversphere. That's fine. Now, I think we have to bring in Barraskewda here, and I have to click the CC. One more time. Well, not one more time, this time. It brings in Coco, fine. Brings in Hydreigon, fine. If it brings in anything here, right, I can't set up in front of this thing, but I can set up in front of anything else, right? So I just click the CC. I want to scare this thing out. If it brings in anything, right, I let the Barraskewda go down. He's going to let this thing go down here. Okay, that's fine. You obviously have a lot more bulk than what I thought you did. Way more bulk than what I thought you did. Yeah, you brought a very defensive Clawitzer there. Okay. Right, we bring in Lando. And then I have to click the EQ. Now, not the end of the world here. It's not the end of the world. We just click EQ. We should kill. And then I don't care who comes in after this, right? We'll click Earthquake. Beautiful. Right, Clawitzer was gone. Now Clawitzer claims Barak. And Lando gets that. That's okay. Now, it brings in this thing. Now, I have to click. I have to set up here, right? Now, if he goes for Reflect here, great. But I have to click Raw Polish, I have to click Solar Sense, and then I have to start breaking. That's all I can do. So let's see what he goes for here. Goes for Reflect. Thank you. Thank you. We click SD here, and I should be able to beat him. Because I have the Brick Break, I beat him here. If he goes for Defog, obviously that's a hindrance, but I'm just going to click SD. This is fine. This is all good. This is all good. Surf. Can we live that? We do indeed. We do indeed. Brick Break. Here we go. Break through this, please, and thank you. Here we go. Brick Break. Oh, he lives! Nice brain. Nice brain. Brought plenty of bulk. GG's to VEPSIS. Unlucky. We had to make a last stand there. It was unlucky. But it is what it is. GG to VEPSIS. Played fairly well. I misplayed massively around the Metagross, but I knew enough going into this. I had to take chances. If he brought the right prep, he was going to win. Unfortunately, it wasn't going to be the case. Like, his offense is very, very good. But look, it is what it is. We're 1-2 now. I'm not going to lie. It's shitty. It's shitty for both of my leagues. Look, it is what it is. You're going to have those seasons. Hopefully, I can turn this around. Especially UBL. It's going to be very hard to turn around with FIFA, but we'll see. But yeah, go check out our opponent. Link to his channel in the description down below. And I'm just going to leave it right there. If you enjoyed today's video, please click the like button down below for me. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so. And yeah, I'm going to get on up out of here. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. And I'll see you next time.